I'm going to call this meeting to order. Breezy Point City Council, Tuesday, August 2nd, 2021. First order of business is a rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please all rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Feedback. Long distance.
All right. Moving on. Item number 3, consent agenda. 3A, council minutes from July 6, 2021. 3B, approval of claims totaling $96,071.75, which includes electronic checks 2822E-2825E and written checks 136912 to 136977. Also, item 3C, the unofficial results of the recent county land sale. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Also move.
Second.
Do I have a second? I have a second. I have a first from Councilmember Maroney and a second from Councilmember Ball. Any discussion? Hearing none, I do need a roll call vote. All those in favor, Councilmember Maroney,
Aye.
Councilmember Ball,
Aye.
Councilmember Bakken,
Aye.
and Councilmember Rogenkamp votes aye. The motion passes. Moving on to item 4, open forum. Is there anybody in the council chambers who wishes to address the council in open forum at this time? Seeing none, open forum is closed. Item 5, mayor and city council reports and committee reports. 5A, mayor, finance committee, and fire department. I will start off with the finance committee. Everybody received a report in their packet. Hopefully you looked that over. We met with the city financial consultant, Jason Murray, and discussed the current debt the city has scheduled to end in 2024. The current levy for that is $190,000 towards a $240,000 annual payment. Assessments are collected on the existing debt as well. And that amount right now stands at $272,825. So $272,825. Both of these are used to make the annual payment on that debt. So that debt is scheduled to be retired in 2024. In addition, the committee reviewed current costs estimates for Bushman Ranchette project and discussed what the funding would be and how we would look at funding that multi-million-dollar project. Along with that, we discussed and identified needs to start planning for improvements on other roads within Breezy Point, including Ranchette Drive, Dove Street, and others. One of the things the committee did discuss is creating a dedicated road levy where dollars would be used specifically for road projects. The projected levy, if we were to move forward with something like that, would be between $300,000 and $600,000, but would also incorporate that existing debt levy. So good discussion about it and determining what we need to do to move forward in order to be able to finance this project. And I would like to ask Councilmember Ball if she has any additional comments she'd like to make to the report.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add, just Jason Murray was great and very helpful in helping the mayor, myself, and Patrick kind of work through some of the funding for that.
Thank you, Councilmember Ball. Yeah, Jason did an excellent job for us, and between him and Patrick gave us a good picture of what we're looking at. We'll continue to work on this as a committee, and we'll be coming back, as the council knows, we'll be having to set a levy coming up in the fall here. So the financial committee will be working on that and being ready to make a recommendation back to the council what that'll be in the future. Are there any questions from the council before I move on? Patrick, did you have anything to add?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Moving on then to the next is give a brief report on the fire committee. They did have a meeting last week at Pequot Lakes. Patrick, were you able to attend or not last week?
No, I was not able to attend that meeting. I apologize.
Okay. Yep. Nope. I understand. So I just wanted to point out that Patrick and I, from past discussions, we've talked about the idea of working with Pequot Lakes on a joint powers agreement to combine Pequot Lakes and Breezy Point together into one fire department or a fire district. Patrick and I have worked on a draft joint powers agreement proposal to submit to Pequot Lakes for their review. I believe he's handing it out as I'm speaking right now. And so this is a proposal we put together as a joint powers agreement. What this would mean is that Pequot Lakes and Breezy Point would have joint powers over the fire department. There would be agreement that would be signed, and we've become basically the Pequot Lakes Fire District with Breezy Point holding a position with Pequot Lakes of equal share, so to speak. So we wanted to hand this out so the council had a chance to look at it. The plan is to be able to bring this to Pequot Lakes, present it to them, and allow their council and mayor to review it and give us feedback regarding what they think of it. The hope is to be able to put something together where we can move forward with this. And part of it is it goes clear back to the very beginning as we've talked about the increasing cost that it is costing the city of Breezy Point to contract their services out from Pequot Lakes. So with this joint powers agreement, we would now have more of a say in what happens, not only currently with the fire department, but what's going to happen in the future with the fire department, and giving us some more say at the table. It would also allow us to then work with other entities in the area to come in and join or to get their services from underneath the Pequot Lakes Fire District. So this is what we're planning or looking at proposing at this point. Are there any questions from the council on this?
Mr. Mayor, I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Are you looking for feedback from us before you present this, or are you presenting it as is?
We're presenting it as is, and we wanted to give this to you as information so you could see it. And then based on what Pequot Lakes come back to us on, we could have more discussion surrounding it. As you know, we are going to have to make a decision about signing another contract coming up here soon with Pequot Lakes for the next year. So this is the opportunity now to be working with them. So I hope that answers your question.
It does for now, yes.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. One more thing I'd like to add before moving on to the other committee reports. I want to encourage everybody. Tomorrow night is the Night to Unite happening in Breezy Point. That event is taking place tomorrow evening. I encourage everybody to come out, show their support for that event. Traditionally in the past, we've had 200 to 400 people participate, and it's an opportunity for the neighbors of Breezy Point to come out and connect with each other and get to know each other a little better, and maybe know who that person is that lives down the street from them or next door to them. So this is a great event that Breezy Point's put on for several years, and we really encourage everybody to come out, show their support, get to know the people in their neighborhood and also the community of Breezy Point as a whole. So I encourage everybody to come out. That's tomorrow night, August 3rd, Night to Unite. With that, we'll move on to our next item on the agenda. And that is going to be B, under the city council members, we have several reports to give. So BI is the planning commission. So planning commission, council member Maroney.
Oh, no.
Because Mark.
Nope, that's
was
right.
the-
Excuse me, I apologize. Yes. Yes. So Patrick, do you have an update that you could give the council on the planning commission?
From the top of my head, there was a conditional use permit that was approved, and there was discussion on the storage shed, the 10 by 12 or less, and the discussion that's been going on for that for a couple months. They recommended that that be not included in the impervious surface coverage. That will be on a city council agenda for October of this year. And I think that's all right off the top of my head. It wasn't a very long meeting, but again, that was a meeting that I was not able to make because I wasn't able to make that week.
Yep, understood. Yep. All right, thank you for that update, Patrick. I appreciate it. Moving on to B2, Community Center Task Force. Commissioner Ball?
Thanks, Mayor. So for updates for the Community Center Task Force, the last open house that was held to gather feedback for the community center was on July 17th at the Butterfly Release. Now we are working on some banners that we'll be putting up around the city at the entrances to the city and also the entrance to the resort with permission from Mr. Spizo. And these banners will be advertising the survey that will be out there at that breezypointcommunitycenter.com so that we can get feedback from those in the community about the community center. And if we would have one at some point in the future, which is still being looked at, what that would look like, what the citizens would want in a community center. And then that's just a look at what those banners will look like. And there are, I think, 4 different designs. So there'll be different pictures on each of them. Hopefully that will kind of grab people's attention once they've driven past one a few times. And I don't know if there's a specific time they'll be up. I can't remember.
They'll be up for the next 8 weeks.
8 weeks, okay. So the next 8 weeks they'll be up. We'll be gathering that feedback, and that will certainly go into, what the feasibility study brings out that Good Step Engineering is helping us with. So thank you, Joe, for working with the city on that. Also, the next open house that we'll be having an opportunity to gather feedback on the community center is tomorrow at the Night to Unite, right here in the park. And so that will be a great opportunity for everyone to let us know what they're looking for in the community center as well.
Okay. Thank you, Councilmember Ball. Moving on, B3, Cemetery Committee Butterfly Release Follow-Up. I think that's Councilmember Bakken. And if you don't mind, Councilmember Bakken, if you want to grab B5 and do Citizen of the Year update, that would be great as well.
Both same time, correct? Very well.
Yes, please.
Well,
Thank you.
The cemetery release Butterfly release was a smashing success as usual. There was some problems with the road that delayed people, and I think there were some people, I wouldn't guess how many, were unable to get into the cemetery because they were oiling the road going north on the city by the city hall. So it turned out wonderful. The volunteers, it ran smoothly, just like clockwork. and Case Bezos did a nice job. Everybody did an outstanding job. The other thing would be the airport had their annual meeting for this year. It was well attended. Dale Zorb, the president, presided, of course, and they figure there was at least, well, they had 1,100 hot dogs and had to go get some more, so they figure at least 1,200 people, and quite likely a whole lot more, attended that. The new development for the airport on the east side of the runway, northwest part, was passed unanimously. Funds were let out of the budget to start production as far as filling in that huge hole out there. So they're going to, Dingman, I believe, is the contractor. They're going to start pushing the topsoil into that hole, and it's going to be an excellent addition to the city and the airport. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Gary, were you going to give the committee report on Citizen of the Year that's in the packet?
Forgot that. That was the third one. Well, that's all passed, and great people received the reward, well-deserved people, and I apologize I couldn't make the presentation. I would have just tripped over my foot anyway. So my congratulations to all, and it will be going forward next year. That's all. Thank you, Patrick.
I guess I'll just take a second to
Thank you, Councilmember Bakken.
just showing the awards, the one to Tom Lillahei, and the second one was to Tracy and Barbara Donovan.
And I, as the mayor, I'd like to take the time to officially congratulate Tracy and Barbara as well as Tom on their awards. Well deserving. Congratulations to them for receiving the Citizen of the Year. Very, very prestigious. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. I knew he was in the crowd there. All right, moving on. B4 and B6. Councilmember Maroney, do you want to cover both of those?
Absolutely, Mr. Mayor. The road committee did meet with the coalition regarding the Bushman Road project. We saw many alternatives that we could see, cross sections, and again, this project is considering multiple different build methods, from city standards to county state aid highway standards. Both vary the project quite dramatically in as far as design standards. So we still have a lot more work to get into the weeds on that, and more will be coming going forward. We've had great active participation from the county, from Ideal, Jenkins, and Pequot. So it's going well. And again, I believe the city's got that standard that, Bushman will be improved one way or the other. And so we keep telling our consultant that and planning forward. Any questions on the roads? With none, portion 6 of my is an IT committee verbal update. Again, we formed an IT committee to talk about security risks, capital improvement plans, CIPs, and just being on the forefront with everything that's going on with IT related. This does include our IT consultant, a member from our police department, myself, and we had really good discussion regarding all of the above and put a number of action items actually into our IT consultant, and we'll be seeing some additions coming forward for staff training. Phishing emails is a big thing that people can be subject to, and actually recently we were all subject to a phishing email from the mayor that we were asked to accomplish a task for him. So it was a phishing email, bogus email address, And so these types of trainings will be good for staff to have. I will follow up one more or a couple of other items. I'd like to say congratulations for that park committee. The new park outside looks fabulous. We did have a ribbon cutting ceremony this evening. It will be ready by tomorrow for our Night to Unite. Again, our old park was 20 years plus old, time to replace, and the kids are going to be ecstatic to play on that tomorrow. So that will be open. And tomorrow, speaking of tomorrow, we've heard it mentioned a number of times, the Night to Unite, our police department is putting that on. We're going to be having EMS there, hands-on CPR training. We're going to be having DNR, boat, North Ambulance, air care hopefully. Again, all these are subject to change if there's an emergency in the area that they have to be dispatched for. I believe majority, if not all of our officers will be there. So it's going to be a great night for everybody to get to not to only get to know your neighbor, but to get to know the police department, city staff, city council representatives that are there. Mr. Sandell, anything to add to that?
Potentially a couple golf cart distributors with some safety equipment, the same ones we had for the golf cart rodeo.
On the speed trailer.
In the speed trailer, so the children can ride their bicycles at the speed trailer and try and get the higher speeds. But otherwise, I think you covered the majority. Yep. From 6 until 8 p.m., hot dogs, chips, water. So it should be a good time.
Perfect. And 6 to 8 here at City Hall and City Park, right behind the building. That is all I have.
Thank you, Councilmember Maroney, for those reports. I do want to echo Councilmember Maroney's Park Committee congratulations to them. I also want to thank the city staff for all the hard work they put in to get that all taken care of. Our Public Works Department worked on that, got it all removed so that the installation could take place. So exciting to hear about, and wonderful to see that we're going to have some great, safe equipment moving forward into the future for many years to come for all the kids to play on and take part on. And again, thank them for all that work. All right. Moving on to item 7 in the agenda, the administrator and staff reports. And it's 7A to approve resolution 16-2021 donation to the police department. And does staff, does Chief Sandell or Patrick, do you have any comments to make on this?
No, sir.
Okay. All right.
Also move to make
Okay.
accept the
Hearing
resolution
none.
16-2021.
Second.
All right. I have a motion from Councilmember Maroney, second from Councilmember Bakken to approve resolution 16-2021. All those in favor, please signify by roll call vote. Councilmember Bakken.
Aye.
Councilmember Ball.
Aye.
Councilmember Maroney.
Aye.
And Councilmember Rodenkamp votes aye. The motion passes. Moving on, 7B, fill open city council seat. Patrick, would you just like to give a brief background update on this for us all, please?
Happy to. At the July 2021 City Council meeting, the City Council accepted the resignation of Councilmember Mark Miller, and which then identified and created an opening on the City Council. The City Council at their July meeting set a process to allow for applications to be submitted until Friday the 23rd at 3 p.m. The applicant that we have is Tom Lillahai. There was one other application, but they withdrew the following morning, or on, I want to say it was the 25th of the morning. So Tom's is the only application that you have. We had initially created questions, but because of Mr. Lillahai's vast experience, we eliminated the questions, and therefore we need the council to ultimately vote to approve placing Councilmember Tom Lillihei as the council member for the remaining term, remaining of Mark Miller's term until the next election, which would be next year. So he would serve until December 31st, 2022. We need a vote, and then we talked about the potential of committee assignments being rearranged too.
Correct.
No
So,
motion, correct?
Thank you, Patrick, for that update.
You do need a motion.
Okay. I will make that motion.
Yes, we do need a motion.
So made.
Okay, I have a motion from Councilmember Bakken. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Councilmember Ball. This motion is to vote on appointing Tom Lillihei to fill the vacant council member seat that exists currently on the Breezy Point City Council. All those in favor signify through a roll call vote. Councilmember Ball.
Aye.
Councilmember Maroney.
Aye.
Councilmember Bakken.
Aye.
Councilmember Rodenkamp also votes aye. The motion passes. And I'll just start off by congratulating Mr. Lillihei by being appointed back on to the city council. And I look forward to working with him as we move forward. And I will be looking at committee reappointments, and I'll get with Patrick and we'll get those taken care of. But Tom, I'll be in touch with you as well, and we'll get working towards that. But happy to have you on board. Thank you for stepping back up.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Todd, can we also do the swearing
All
in?
right.
Tom Lillihei, can we do that swearing in now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
On camera? Yeah, we'll take your picture.
I don't need any pictures.
You raise your right hand and read what I have before you.
I, Tom Lillihei, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Minnesota, and faithfully discharge the duties of City Council in the City of Breezy Point, in the County of Crow Wing, in the state of Minnesota, to the best of my judgment and ability. So help me God.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And I have
Congratulations.
I still have my deal.
Todd, if you couldn't see, he has his name placard still.
Right.
Oh, all right,
Official.
all right. Well, that's good. You probably figured you
Official.
might have a need for it again. All right, excellent. Well, again, congrats, Tom. Look forward to working with you as we move forward.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so, excellent. Moving on, item 8. Unless there's no other business, I will make a call for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So move.
Second.
Councilmember Roney, motion, second from Councilmember Ball. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.